Hello guys, what's going on? My name is of course Josh. Welcome to another video on the JT12's RC Videos YouTube channel. Let's just start off this video guys by saying that if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please hit that red subscribe button down below for more RC content coming up soon. Okay, so in this video, after popular request, I purchased this little HobbyKing LiPo igniter just to see what it was like. In this video, I'm just going to be taking a closer look at it. In my previous videos, you may have noticed that I've been using a Prolux glow igniter. That is a glow igniter that you power from a separate LiPo battery. Of course, you can buy those rechargeable glow plug igniters. You can also get the ones that you pop in an AA battery, whether that be rechargeable or non-rechargeable. But I personally think that nothing beats a separately powered LiPo glow igniter. Just think, you know, powering this thing with your glow igniter for your glow plug, powering that with a LiPo battery, nothing beats it. This thing, especially a battery this big, this will last longer than any rechargeable glow igniter you can get, and it will certainly last a lot longer than those ones that you use rechargeable batteries in, or just normal AA batteries. So this particular glow igniter is very, very cheap. It's less than £5 on HobbyKing, so go check it out. I might pop the link down in the description if I remember to do so. If not, just go onto the HobbyKing website. It won't be difficult to find. So this thing you can run on any battery up to 22.2 volts. So for example, of course, this has got a regulator in there that will regulate your glow plug supply, so you're not going to be feeding 20 volts down into this thing. Obviously, it does come with an XT60 connector, but of course you can either take this off, put some clips on there, maybe connect it to a car battery kind of thing, or you could put on there USB connection, power it off something with a USB plug or a power bank. Possibilities are endless. Or you could obviously get an adapter. For me personally, I've got loads of batteries that have already got these XT60 connectors on them, so for me I'm going to be leaving it with the XT60 connector. Okay, so let's get this thing out of the packet. I've had this thing for a few days and I've been meaning to do this video, but I just haven't had the chance. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, so first things first, here is the igniter. So it comes in this blue colour. On the website there are a few colour options available, but I like this blue shiny colour. The igniter itself, there's nothing really special to it, it's just a usual igniter. It is the clip type, so it will clip onto your glow plug, you don't need to hold it there. Got a very, very strong spring on there as well, but obviously that will loosen up. Coming out of the igniter, you've obviously got the positive and the negative feed. The igniter itself is very lightweight. It is nice, obviously with my Prolux igniter, the battery's sort of built into the igniter itself. It is nice, I think, actually to lose that weight, especially with Nitro RC planes, something like that. This will be easier to just leave clipped in. Okay, so let's undo this part so we can have a look, see the wire. Okay, so the wire is quite a nice length. Let's just zoom out a little bit so you can see what kind of length wire we're getting on there. So the wire, it's quite a decent length, to be honest. It's hard to obviously see because it won't fit in the camera, but I'd say it's probably about 40 centimetres long. A little bit longer would probably be nice. It's not quite as long as the length on my Prolux igniter. Obviously, if you're starting a car, the length isn't really an issue, but if you're starting a plane, you're obviously going to want to get the battery a little bit of a distance away. But I wouldn't say the length is anything to be concerned about. It's certainly long enough, just a little bit longer, but I guess that's how they keep the price down. Okay, so here's your little regulator. There is, I believe there should be an LED indicator light in here actually. Something I'd definitely like to see if there isn't. What I would do, that looks like an LED right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab a car and I'm going to pop the igniter in. I'm going to connect this up using the XT60 connector, and we'll see if there is an indicator light here, and we'll see how good a job it does at glowing in the glow plug. And unfortunately I can't really start the car in this video, but this will give you a good indication. So far so good, looks very nice, looks decent quality. Let me just grab that car and we'll see if we can ignite the glow plug. Okay, so here we are with a Nitro buggy sat in front. What I've done is I've simply connected up this LiPo battery. This, just for reference, is a 3-cell 11.1 volt 1800 mAh 2030C discharge battery. Of course, as I say, you can use pretty much any battery with this, LiPo, 9mm, NiCad, whatever, as long as it's got a voltage in it. And it's got the XT60 connector on there, so there's that bit. just connected that one up, I can see straight away what you've got is this permanently fixed LED light. So this LED doesn't come on as an indicator as to how your glow plug is doing. This just comes on all of the time. So that I'm a little bit disappointed at. I can see its state actually doesn't change either when you connect the glow igniter to the glow plug. So if I just pop this one into there, you can see that's now gripped very nicely. So I do like that. That clips on very nicely. There's no need to hold that on while you're trying to start the engine. So that is now heating up the glow plug. That is providing power, but the state doesn't change. So regardless of whether your glow plug is actually working or it's faulty or it's functioning properly, this LED will still light up, because this is actually a power indication LED that tells you that there's power going in rather than telling you that there's power going out. So let me just take that off of there, and you can see it doesn't change. So that's the only thing from this that I would actually like to be different, obviously for two reasons. Obviously, whilst that's a very small light, that is draining your battery all the time that that's plugged in, so you're not really going to be able to leave that connected up. And secondly, you know, this could be a little bit misleading, because if you're trying to start an engine, actually the glow plug in there is dead. You know, you've got this light glowing here. Unless people realise what this light's for, you're going to be thinking, actually no, there's power going in. Well, there might be power going in, but this thing is going to light up regardless, because you can see it's not even connected and it's still lit up. Being said, guys, negative feedback put aside, you've got to remember that this thing does retail for a very, very cheap price. You're not paying loads and loads of money for this, so you know, what can you expect? Having had it plugged in for a little bit, this thing feels a little bit warm, so I definitely would advise, and I shall be taking this, I will be disconnecting this every time I'm finished with it. It's not something I'm going to feel comfortable about leaving plugged in, but then again, why would you want to leave it plugged in, especially since you've got this little thing draining out your battery. Okay, so my opinion popped aside, let me just summarise. What do I think? I definitely think this is a very, very good start, moving away from those old-fashioned glow igniters. I definitely think it's a positive upgrade from using an igniter that you would fit in a separate AA battery to. Those guys don't provide much power and they really don't last long, just a few starts, and really you want to replace that AA battery. This thing will definitely start your engine easier than that. Obviously I can't comment on how reliable it's going to be, because I've only just opened it in front of you guys. What I'll do in a later video is show you me starting this one using one of my cars, and I'm also going to test out a few other things in that video too. But for now, my name's been Josh, and as I say, I'll pop links to this one down in the description below, and definitely go check it out, because for the price, you've got to remember, about 5-6 quid. This is a LiPo powered igniter. If you want, you can use any battery with this. No worries about recharging it. If you've got any batteries in your tool bag, you can just hook it up to this and start your engines. Definitely something to have in your toolbox. Especially maybe just as a spare, even if you don't want to use this as your main glow plug igniter, keep this guy as a spare, and then if your rechargeable one runs out and you've got a spare battery kicking around, then hey, you can just plug it into this one. Thanks very much guys, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.